Ballad of Hollywood Jack and the Rage Cage. Nothing could stop him when Jables and Rage hit the stage. Then Hollywood Jack hit the big time and went to make movies. Rage Cage was left on behind in the dust of his dreams. And he grumbled and growled and watched Hollywood Jack on Jay Leno. He bellowed and said he'd be nothing without help from Cage. He burned all the photos of Jables and Cage doing mushrooms. Fuck him, I don't need no Hollywood Jack anyway. So Hollywood Jack lived up high on a hill in a bubble. Rage Cage left deep in the boiling valley below. Yes, the Rage Cage bubbled with rage. He looked at the ground that left on the stage. The lava was flowing and boiling inside the old cage. As Hollywood Jack climbed the ladder of stardom before him, he watched as his indie credentials flew right out the door. He'd make millions and then he'd go out and he'd make even more millions. He'd block Cage's calls and kick rocks off the side of the shore. And no one respected him, they just rejected him, and no one would represent Cage. Left on the streets of his dreams, he would cry and he'd rage for the stage. He had gone completely insane. So Hollywood Jack got upon a jet plane and flew all that night through the rain to be with his friend and see what remained of his brain. Then Hollywood Jack told the doctors, "You've got to retrieve him. Technology, use the techniques of your trade." He grabbed their lapels and he screamed, "By God, you must save him! Because the Rage Cage and I, can't you see that we're one of the same?" Rage Cage, Rage Cage, there'll be magic inside that old man.